Welcome to the Anh English. Are you someone who dreams of speaking English fluently, confidently, and naturally? If so, this lesson is designed just for you. Today, we'll explore an essential skill that will transform how you use English, learning to think in English. This ability is a game changer because it allows you to speak without hesitating or translating from your native language. Many learners feel frustrated when they have to pause and think about how to structure sentences or find the right words. It's a common challenge, but the good news is that you can overcome it with the right approach. By training your brain to think in English, you'll feel more confident, speak faster, and make fewer mistakes. In this lesson, we'll break this process into 4 simple stages, guiding you step by step. Let's get started and unlock the secret to thinking like a fluent English speaker. Why is thinking in English so important? The answer is simple. It's the key to fluency. When you translate from your native language to English, it creates a delay. You pause to think, find the right words, and then structure your sentences. This slows down your speaking and can make you feel less confident. However, when you think directly in English, you skip the translation process. Your thoughts flow naturally, allowing you to speak faster and express your ideas more clearly. This not only improves your communication skills, but also helps you feel more at ease in conversations. Imagine being in a job interview, ordering food at a restaurant, or chatting with friends. Thinking in English allows you to respond instantly and confidently. It bridges the gap between learning and using English in real life, making the language feel like second nature. Let's explore how to achieve this step by step. The first stage of thinking in English focuses on verbs, the action words that describe what is happening around us. Verbs are essential because they allow us to start forming simple thoughts quickly. Why begin with verbs? Because actions are everywhere. Whether you're walking, talking, eating, or observing others, there's always something happening. For example, imagine you're in a park. You see someone running, another person talking on the phone, and children playing with a ball. These actions can be mentally labeled with verbs in English: run, talk, play. This is your first step toward building sentences without translating. If you're at home, you can still practice. Look around your kitchen. Are you cooking, cleaning, or washing dishes? Even imagining scenarios works. Picture yourself at a busy market. Vendors are selling, people are buying, and children are laughing. By observing and naming actions in English, you're training your brain to think faster. Practice tip. Spend 5-10 minutes daily observing your surroundings and focusing on the actions. Say the verbs in your head or out loud. The more you practice, the quicker you'll be able to recognize and describe actions in English naturally. This foundation will prepare you for the next step. Once you've practiced thinking in verbs, the next stage is to focus on nouns, the words that name people, places, things, and ideas. Nouns are everywhere, and being able to quickly identify them in English will help you create clearer, more complete thoughts. For example, if you're in a park, look around and name what you see. You might notice trees, benches, people, and dogs. If you're in a cafe, you might identify a table, a cup, a menu, and a waiter. Wherever you are, try to mentally label everything around you in English. Even when you're at home, this practice works. Look at the objects in your room: a desk, a chair, a book, or a phone. You can also practice by describing what's in your bag. Perhaps you have a notebook, some keys, or a wallet. These small exercises will make identifying nouns feel effortless over time. Practice tip. Spend a few minutes each day naming the objects around you in English. If you're outside, challenge yourself to name as many things as you can in your environment. By making this a habit, your brain will start to automatically recognize and process nouns in English, preparing you for forming sentences. Now that you're comfortable thinking in verbs and nouns, it's time to combine them into sentences. This stage focuses on forming short, simple sentences to describe what's happening around you. Don't worry about making your sentences perfect. Just aim for clarity and practice. For example, imagine you're in a park. Instead of just thinking walk or dog, combine them. The dog is walking. If you're observing a cafe scene, you might say, the waiter is bringing coffee, or a couple is talking at the next table. These basic sentences help your brain start organizing thoughts in English naturally. Start small and gradually build complexity. For instance, if you're in a market, you could say, the vendor is selling fruits, a customer is buying vegetables. Once comfortable, you can expand. The vendor is selling fresh fruits while customers are looking at the prices. Practice tip. Spend 10-15 minutes daily describing your surroundings in sentences. Start with short, clear observations like, the children are playing, and the sun is shining. As you progress, try combining multiple actions into longer sentences. This will help you think and speak in English more naturally without relying on translation. The final stage is to move from simple sentences to paragraphs. This means describing scenes or events in detail, combining verbs, nouns, and sentences into a fuller story. Thinking in paragraphs helps you express your thoughts more fluently and prepares you for real conversations. For example, imagine you're at the beach. Instead of saying the water is blue and people are swimming, expand these ideas. The water is crystal blue and people are swimming near the shore. Children are building sandcastles while a group of friends is playing volleyball. The breeze is cool and I can hear the waves crashing gently. Thinking in paragraphs creates a vivid mental image and allows you to practice structuring your thoughts in English. The more detail you add, the more natural it becomes to think fluently. Another scenario could be a bustling market. The market is crowded with people, vendors are shouting to attract customers, and the air smells of fresh spices and fruits. A man is selling tea from a cart, and tourists are taking pictures of colorful textiles. The atmosphere is lively and full of energy. Practice tip. Every day, pick a scene or event and describe it in a paragraph. Whether it's your daily routine or a memory, this exercise trains your brain to think and speak in complete ideas, just like a fluent speaker. To help you master the 4 stages of thinking in English, here are some practical exercises you can incorporate into your daily routine. These activities will strengthen your ability to think fluently and naturally. Daily observations. Spend 10-15 minutes observing your surroundings and describing what you see in English. For example, if you're at a park, think, the kids are playing on the swings, a man is jogging with his dog, the leaves are falling from the trees. Picture descriptions. Choose a photo from a magazine, website, or your own gallery. Describe everything you see in the image. For instance, if it's a beach photo, you could say, the sand is white, the waves are gentle, people are swimming, and a boat is on the horizon. Write a journal. At the end of the day, write a short entry in English about what you did. Focus on using verbs, nouns, and complete sentences. For example, today I went to a cafe. I ordered coffee and worked on my laptop. The cafe was busy, but it was relaxing. Talk to yourself. If you don't have a conversation partner, practice speaking to yourself. Describe your day, explain a recipe, or discuss your plans. Even a few minutes daily makes a big difference. By practicing these exercises regularly, you'll gradually train your brain to think in English, making fluency feel effortless. Thinking in English is a powerful skill that will transform your journey to fluency. By following the 4 stages, focusing on verbs, nouns, sentences, and paragraphs, you can gradually train your brain to think and speak naturally without translation. Remember, consistency is key. Daily practice, even for a few minutes, will build confidence and help you progress. Mistakes are part of the learning process, so don't let them discourage you. Each step you take brings you closer to your goal. Start today. Observe your surroundings, describe them in English, and enjoy the process of becoming a fluent English speaker. You've got this. Thank you for studying with the Anh English.